Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in the previous video, we have seen the paper pattern for history 2023. So we have seen history paper pattern, some tips and tricks, and yeah, it was only basis of paper pattern with reference to question paper of 2022, right? And I've also said you कि मेरा next video would be 2022 history paper solutions. So here I am back with you. So in today's video we'll see basically कि 2022 का जो paper है उसका we'll discuss solutions. Okay, and if you want तो हम 2021 का भी कर सकते, या तो फिर एक सीरीज कर देंगे जिसमें वी विल डू सम इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस ऑफ हिस्ट्री जो आपको महाराष्ट्र बोर्ड एसएससी बोर्ड से आए होंगे. वी कैन डिस्कस दैट एज वेल. ठीक है, सो एज ऑफ नाउ लेट अस डिस्कस हिस्ट्री का 2022 का सॉल्यूशंस. सो द वेरी फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, जैसे मैंने बताया था, चूज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन होता है इन द विद द गिवन ऑप्शंस में से आपको कोई एक सिलेक्ट करना है एंड आपको पूरा सेंटेंस लिखना है आंसर. मैंने बोर्ड पेपर पैटर्न में बताया, यू डोंट हैव टू जस्ट राइट द आंसर बट यू हैव टू राइट द एंटायर सेंटेंस. So the very first question of yours is from chapter number 5, mass media and history. Okay, history of mass media के concept पे है कि the first English newspaper in India was started by dash. So the answer is James Augustus Hickey. Okay, तो आपको पूरा आंसर ऐसा लिखना है with sentence that the first English newspaper in India was started by James Augustus Hickey. ठीक है. Second question, the first Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India is dash. So again this is based on chapter number 2. आपके chapter number 2 से है historiography Indian tradition, उसमें से है, and the concept is Indian historiography in the modern period. तो आपका second chapter में से है ये question. The first Director General of Archaeological Survey of India is dash. So the answer is Alexander Cunningham. Okay, and बच्चा इसमें आपको ऑप्शन नहीं आएगा. So the option is first option Alexander Cunningham. इसमें आपको ऑप्शंस नहीं है, लाइक यू हैव टू अटेम्प्ट ऑल थ्री ऑफ देम. तो मेक श्योर कि आप सारे ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हिस्ट्री और पॉलिटिकल साइंस के अच्छे से करके जाओ. Okay, let's move to the next question. The first museum in India is dash at Kolkata. So again this is from your chapter number 9, heritage management, उसमें से है, and concept is on some famous museums. So the very first museum in India is dash at Calcutta is Indian Museum at Kolkata. ठीक है, is it clear? चलो, moving on to the next part. Identify the wrong pair in the following and rewrite it. ठीक है, सो यहाँ पे आपको 4 पेयर्स दिए. एक दिया है बेंजामिन टुडाला स्पेन, मार्को पोलो इटाली, इब्न बटूटा इंडिया एंड योंग श्वेंग चाइना. ठीक है, तो इसका आंसर क्या है आपका, बताओ मुझे. व्हाट इज द आंसर? आंसर इज इब्न बतूता फ्रॉम इंडिया, एंड आई बिलीव दिस इज फ्रॉम चैप्टर नंबर 8 इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. चैप्टर नंबर 8 का है टूरिज्म एंड हिस्ट्री में से. तो आपका जो रियल आंसर है, द रॉन्ग पेयर इज इब्न बतूता इंडिया. ये आपका रॉन्ग पेयर है, तो उसका आपको आंसर रीराइट करना है. एंड दिस इज फ्रॉम चैप्टर नंबर 8, tourism and history, and concept is tourism in the past. ठीक है, अभी सेकेंड, आइडेंटिफाई अगेन द रॉन्ग पेयर. सो ऑप्शंस दिए मलखम फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज गेम, वी ऑल नो इट्स राइट. कबड्डी आउटडोर गेम, आइस हॉकी एडवेंचरस गेम, एंड आट्या पट्टिया इंडोर गेम. सो आट्या पट्टिया वी ऑल नो इंडोर गेम नहीं है, जैसे अपना आट्या पट्टिया इज एन आउटडोर गेम, सो वो इंडोर गेम नहीं है, तो वो आपका ये आ जाएगा. आइडेंटिफाई द रॉन्ग पेयर. अगेन दिस इज फ्रॉम द चैप्टर, yes, this is from chapter number 7, sports and history. जो आपका sports and history वाला chapter है, chapter number 7, उसमें से ये. ठीक है, let's move to the third one. जेम्स ऑगस्टस हिक्की बंगाल गैजेट, बाल शास्त्री जाम्बेडकर दर्पण, बहु महाजन ध्यानोदय, एंड बाल गंगाधर तिलक केसरी. So we all know बाल गंगाधर तिलक is the right answer. फिर जेम्स ऑगस्टस हिक्की बैंगल गैजेट भी बरोबर है. बाल शास्त्री जाम्बेडकर दर्पण एंड बाहु महाजन ध्यानोदय उसमें से I have doubt, so the answer is Bahu Mahajan Dhyanand. Okay, this is again from chapter number 5, mass media and history. Mass media and history वाला जो आपका chapter है उसमें से ये है, and the concept is history of mass media. Okay, clear है इतना? इतना you will get 3 marks for this and ऊपर वाला 3. The 6 marks are secured over here in just objectives. See, it is so easy. Like history, as I said in the board paper pattern wala video also, that it is one of the scoreist subject. You can easily score full marks in history if you write it properly. Okay. Chalo, coming to sub question 2A. Complete the following concept या chart map any two. ये आपको दिया है, आपको यहाँ पे ईयर्स आधे आधे दिए, आधे आधे इवेंट्स दिए. इवेंट्स का आपको ईयर लिखना है, ईयर का आपको इवेंट्स लिखना है. ठीक है. So there's this kid मेरे नीचे जिसको ये हॉर्न बजाना बहुत पसंद है, तो he's disturbing me. चलो नेक्स्ट. तो भारतवर्षीय प्राचीन ऐतिहासिक कोश, the year is 1876. Then yes, then you have 1932. तो इवेंट कौन सा हुआ था? तो भारतवर्षीय प्राचीन चरित्र कोश. Then you have event given, you have to write the year. So भारतवर्षीय मध्ययुगीन चरित्र कोश is in 1937. And then 1946 में क्या था? तो भारतवर्षीय अर्वाचीन चरित्र कोश. ओके, सो भारतवर्षीय के सारे चरित्र कोश कौन से प्राचीन, मध्ययुगीन, आर्चविन, वो सब, अर्वाचीन, वो सब दिए गए आपको. ठीक है. If I'm not wrong, this is from your chapter number 9, heritage management. उसका है, and concept is encyclopedia, I guess. encyclopedia के basis पर है, and chapter number 9 है heritage management. ठीक है. Coming to the next part, complete the following concept chart. अभी यहाँ पे आपको international sports के बारे में दिया है, and then they have given you options to complete the chart. आपको आंसर लिखना है cricket, hockey, football and badminton. This again is from chapter number 7, sports and history. जो आपका sports and history वाला chapter है उसमें से ये part आपको दिया गया है, right? Sports and history में से पूछा गया है, so you just have to fill the chart. The next question over here is short notes. Okay, next question है short notes. The very first is Surbiton history. Now, if you remember कि short note में आपको क्या बोला था? Minimum it should have 4 points, right? 4 points minimum होने चाहिए, 25 to 30 words होना चाहिए. The Surbiton history again it is from chapter number 2, historiography. Indian tradition में से है, and concept is Indian historiography in the post-independence era. ठीक है. The Surbiton means the bottommost rank, and Surbiton history developed from the idea that history should be written from the bottommost rank of people in the society. This idea was developed by Italian historian Antonio Gramsci. कि उनका ये concept था कि bottommost rank of people से history का लिखना start होना चाहिए. The seeds of Surbiton history are supposed to be found in Marxist historiography, because Karl Marx का भी यही intention था that all people of all group, all levels should be respected. So वहाँ से उनके they are supposed to be found. The seeds मतलब वहाँ से inspiration मिला है वैसा. One of the important source of writing Surbiton history is folklore. The Indian historiography, Ranjit Guha, played a major role in establishing Surbiton history as an important academic point of historiography. And prior to him, similar thoughts were expressed by Mahatma Jyotirao Phule and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Okay, कि मार्क्सिस्ट हिस्टोरियोग्राफी में से ये आइडिया आया, बट फिर इंडियन हिस्टोरियन रंजीत गुहा ने भी he also had the same kind of concept, and again उनके पहले महात्मा ज्योतिराव फुले and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, they also expressed similar thoughts on the same topic. So if the question is for 4 marks, at least 4 marks के दो पूछे, like one question is for 2 marks, so 2 marks के है, at least you should write 4 points, because 1 point is considered as half mark. So अगर 2 marks का question है तो at least write 4 should be minimum, लिखना ही है आपको. then you can maximize it, but minimum 4 होना ही चाहिए. Same goes for 6 marks. अगर 6 marks 3 marks का एक टॉपिक है आपको, तो हाफ ऑफ का डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करो आप, तो कितना हो जाएगा? जस्ट कीप इट ओवर. तो वैसे आपको करना है कि मार्क्स के बेसिस के ऊपर आपको कीप इट ओवर. आई टेक. वैसे आपको मार्क्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करने हैं, ठीक है. चलो नेक्स्ट. व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग, या कि अगर आपका 2 मार्क्स का रहेगा तो एटलीस्ट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट 4 पॉइंट्स लिखो आप वैसा. So every point is considered as half marks. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट, वॉल्टेयर. वॉल्टेयर के ऊपर शॉर्ट नोट दिया है. अगेन दिस इज फ्रॉम योर चैप्टर फर्स्ट, हिस्टोरियोग्राफी, डेवलपमेंट इन द वेस्ट, और कॉन्सेप्ट है नोटेबल स्कॉलर्स पे. नोटेबल स्कॉलर्स पे ये वाला क्वेश्चन है. दैट वॉल्टेयर, ही वाज फ्रेंच and his original name was Francois Marie Aurot, French के नाम से. He opined that his opinion was that along with objective truth and chronological of historical events, considering social tradition, trade, economy, agriculture, etc., was also equally important in historiography. कि आपको फर्स्ट चैप्टर आपका याद होगा, ये सब अपने अपने पॉइंट्स बोलते थे. जैसे ऊपर हम लोग ने देखा कि सब सल्बटन हिस्ट्री में क्या था कि उनको ऐसा था कि नीचे के पीपल फ्रॉम लोअर लेवल, मतलब ग्राउंड्स जो रहते हैं, पीपल फ्रॉम लोअर लेवल इन द सेंस कि बॉटम मोस्ट रैंक ऑफ पीपल से आप लिखना हिस्ट्री स्टार्ट करो. इनका कहना था कि हिस्टोरिकल इवेंट्स को तो डालो ही आप हिस्ट्री में, बट एट द सेम टाइम यू शुड आल्सो कंसिडर सोशल ट्रेडिशंस, इकोनॉमी, एग्रीकल्चर, वो सब भी आपको इतना ही रिस्पेक्ट में लेना चाहिए. It gave rise to the thought that understanding all aspects of human life is important, but not only about the history but all aspects. All aspects क्या होते हैं? इकोनॉमी हो गया, एग्रीकल्चर हो गया, ट्रेड हो गया, सारे एस्पेक्ट्स को कंसिडर करना इम्पोर्टेंट है. It gave rise to the thought that understanding all aspects of human life is important for writing history. Thus, it is said that Voltaire was the founder of modern historiography. मॉडर्न क्यों? क्योंकि उसके पहले लोगों को लगता था सिर्फ हिस्ट्री लिखेंगे उतना ही बस है हिस्टोरियोग्राफी में, बट ही केम आउट विद द पॉइंट दैट ऑल एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ ह्यूमन लाइफ शुड बी कंसिडर्ड, एंड दैट इज व्हाई ही इज कंसिडर्ड एज अ मॉडर्न हिस्टोरियोग्राफी. ओके, द नेक्स्ट वन इज योर लॉवरे म्यूजियम. ये वाला is again from chapter number 9, heritage management, and इसका concept है some famous museums. So this museum in Paris was established in 18th century. It has antiques collected by the royal family of France. Again, this is an important point to be written. The world famous painting of Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci is kept in this museum. तो ये सारे उसके famous points है, right? कि royal family के pictures, antiques है यहाँ पे, जो फेमस मोनालिसा का पिक्चर है वो भी यहाँ पे रखाया गया है. This museum has more than 3,80,000 artifacts. So again, ये सारे जो important points है. It has also antiques brought by Napoleon Bonaparte on his return from conquests are exhibited in this museum. कि आपको पता है Napoleon Bonaparte, he was on the उनको पूरा कंट्री को एक्सप्लोर करना था, सारे वर्ल्ड के कंट्रीज को. तो उनका भी जो बीच बीच में उन्होंने एंटिक्स लाए थे, एंटिक्विटीज लाए थे, और यू कैन से थिंग्स बेसिकली व्हिच ही ब्रॉट. एंटिक्विटीज इज एन इंग्लिश टर्म, तो वो भी यहाँ पे रखा गया है. सो दीज आर द मेन पॉइंट्स व्हिच यू कैन डेफिनेटली इंक्लूड इन योर आंसर. ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ we are we end the short notes वाला part. तीनों में से आपको कोई भी 2 लिखना है for 4 marks. Next, coming, explain the following statement with reasons. कि आपको give reasons देना है. We must preserve our natural and cultural heritage. So this is again from your chapter number 3, applied history में से है, and the concept is heritage. So why we must preserve our natural and cultural heritage? Because it is visible, the visible and invisible relics of the past exist in the present, right? That things of past do exist in the present. They represent the thought and traditions of our ancestors, that we all have a connect कि भाई पहले चीजें ऐसी होती थी. So it has things related to our ancestors. We nurture some kind of curiosity and attraction towards them. Also people are curious कि भाई पहले क्या होता था, कैसे होता था. So we have curiosity as well as we are attracted towards it. The history of our heritage links us with our origin. Basically क्या है, हमारा origin जो है उससे हमें connect करता है. Again, this is an important sentimental point to be noted. Therefore, it becomes necessary to preserve and conserve for our future benefits as well as for the benefits of our future generation. And also, our future generation should be, unko bhi it should be useful. So that is why, considering both the aspects, upon we must basically preserve our cultural and natural heritage. Okay? Coming to the second point, knowledge of history is essential for newspaper articles. This again is from chapter number 5, mass media and history, or concept hai history of mass media. So why knowledge of history is essential for newspaper articles? In order to unfold the background of an event in the news, we should definitely have the history of the topic, right? जब कोई भी चीज के बारे में बोलते हो अब उसके बारे में रिसर्च करते हो. तो अगेन अगर आपको कोई भी न्यूज इवेंट में डालना है या कोई भी न्यूज इवेंट में डालना है, राइट, या कोई भी इवेंट न्यूज में डालना है, तो आपको उसका हिस्ट्री होना इम्पोर्टेंट है. Some columns are based on historical events. These columns provide historical information about economical, social, and political events in the past. Right? In newspaper, you have every section. उसमें से एक section वैसा होता है. Newspaper publish supplements in addition to the regular edition or special issues to mark the completion of 50 or 100 years of an event. On such occasion, one has to review history of that particular event, right? आपने न्यूज सेक्शन में देखा होगा आज से 50 years ago या 100 years ago today. So what exactly happened on that day? तो ये एक अलग से सेक्शन डाला है न्यूज़पेपर वालों ने, सो दैट कि हमें भी पता चले कि भाई आज से 50 years या 100 years पहले एग्जैक्टली हुआ क्या था. सो वो इवेंट भी रिफ्रेश हो जाता है, उसका एग्जिस्टेंस भी बना रहता है, एंड ऑल्सो न्यू जनरेशन लाइक अस वी गेट टू नो अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर इवेंट. Even while writing columns like what had happened in history on this day, it is necessary to know the past events, as I said before. Hence, knowledge of history is essential for writing of such times. ठीक है, चलो next. Toys can tell us about cultural history. एग्जैक्टली राइट. अभी हम गेम्स, अभी टॉयज का तो छोड़ो, हम अगर गेम्स की भी बात करते हैं तो व्हेन यू लिसन टू दिस अट्टा पट्टा एंड ऑल, यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट ओ भाई ये तो पहले की गेम्स है वैसे. सो एग्जैक्टली टॉयज ऑल्सो हेल्प अस टू अंडरस्टैंड कल्चरल हिस्ट्री, कि उस टाइम का कल्चरल हिस्ट्री कैसे होता है. इफ यू गो इन योर विलेजेस ऑल्सो you will find the small miniatures of animals, and then you get to know कि भाई ये animals कुछ इवेंट्स में यूज होते हैं या कोई भी फंक्शंस गांव में जो होते हैं उसमें यूज होते हैं. तो दैट इज हाउ यू गेट टू नो अबाउट द कल्चरल हिस्ट्री ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर इवेंट. Okay, so toys can tell us about our cultural history. This is again from your chapter number 7, sports and history. A tradition of making different types of toys for entertaining is going on since ancient time. Toys give us an idea about the cultural and religious development of that period. जो मैंने आपको एग्जांपल बताया that was with related to religious development. Clay models of forts and images of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj placed on fort give us an idea about the structure of fort during that period, right? कि हमने टॉयज की बात की, क्ले के मॉडल्स भी उस टाइम पे लोगों ने बनाए थे. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज यूजफुल फॉर अस दैट वी गेट टू नो कि ओके छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज के टाइम पे फोर्ट्स कैसे थे, कैसी चीजें थी. सो वो उन्होंने उस टाइम पे बनाई, इसीलिए वी गेट टू नो ना. सो दैट इज हाउ इट प्लेज अ मेजर रोल, एंड इट ऑल्सो हेल्प अस टू अंडरस्टैंड आवर कल्चरल और रिलीजियस हिस्ट्री. क्लियर? ये सारे पॉइंट्स आप मेंशन कर सकते हो. An ivory doll found at Pompeii, an ancient city in Italy, sheds light on Indo-Roman trade and culture. कि वो ivory doll भी इटाली में फाइंड हुई तो उनको वहां का इंडो-रोमन कल्चर पता चला. So 2 examples you can give, जैसे मैंने बोर्ड के पेपर पैटर्न वाले वीडियो में बताया था कि आप I don't remember exactly, but 2 to 4 points reasons के आपको देने, and 2 points वो टॉपिक को एक्सटेंड करता हुआ. Again, see that video for the reference so you get to know that what exactly I'm trying to say. ठीक है? The mention of games, toys, and flying and dancing dolls in Katha Sarita Sagara gives us an idea about cultural histories of ties. Basically आपको एग्जांपल देना है. एक छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज का दिया, एक इंडो रोमन मतलब इटाली का दिया, और एक यहाँ पे दिस वन कथा सरिता Excuse me. तो ये आप पॉइंट्स मेंशन कर सकते हैं, ठीक है. Fourth one, running commentaries of cricket broadcast by Pal J. Pandit on Akashvani were entertaining. Akashvani radio, वो जमाना ही अलग था भाई. Chalo, so this is again from your chapter number 7, sports and history. So he was the first Indian cricketer to pioneer cricket commentary. People used to listen very eagerly to his broadcast from Akashvani because us time pe to we didn't have a source to see something. It was only listening and people getting excited. His well-studied commentaries were full of information about the history of playground, career history of players, anecdotes about the game, and establishing records of the game. And thus his commentary used to be entertaining because of this historical details. कि वो हर एक छोटी छोटी details दे देते, जैसे history of the playground, कि कहाँ पे खेल रहे, कौन सा गेम है, जो प्लेयर्स है उनके बारे में देते थे, and all of those things. ठीक है. Coming to sub question 4, read the following extract and answer the questions below. The Sohagura copper plate. The copper plate was found at Sohagora, district Gorakhpur. If I pronounce it wrong, please excuse me. The copper plate was found at Sohagora, district Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh. It is supposed to be from the Maurya period. The inscription on it is in Brahmi script. The symbols known as tree in railing and mountain at the beginning of the inscription also occur on punchmark coins. Another symbol which looks like a structure erected on 4 pillars is supposed to be indicative of a granary. The inscription record a royal order that grain stored in the granary should be distributed carefully. It is supposed to be suggestive of the precaution taken in the time of famine. ठीक है, ये आपको पैराग्राफ दिया है, इसके बेसिस पे आपको आंसर लिखना है. So where was the Sohagura copper plate? So यहाँ पे हम लोग ने आंसर देखा, right? First ही आंसर was found at Sohagura. It was district Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh. So you just have to write answer and you get 4 marks. So easy, man. The Sohagura copper plate was found in Sohagura in Gorakhpur district of UP. ठीक है. And which script in Sohagura copper plate? यहाँ पे हम लोग ने देखा Brahmi script है. So you can write Brahmi script. Explain the importance of Sohagura copper plate at the source of history. तो क्या ऐसा importance है उसमें? तो यहाँ पे आप लिख सकते हो C. The symbols पहले तो ब्राह्मी स्क्रिप्ट में फाउंड आउट है, ये आप लिख सकते हो. अगेन यू कैन राइट क्या क्या दिया है. Popularity is supposed to be an indicative of granary, तो ये भी आप लिख सकते हो कि another symbol नहीं just let me see the answer. As the Sohagura copper plate is supposed to be from the Maurya period. Yeah, ये यहाँ पे मेरे ख्याल से the third answer you have to write a little bit of your own. क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है, अगेन यू कैन कॉपी इट फ्रॉम द पैसेज एज वेल. कि यहाँ पे उन्होंने लिखा इट इज सपोज टू बी फ्रॉम द मौर्य पीरियड. सो वी गेट टू नो अबाउट द इंफॉर्मेशन. एक बेसिक नॉलेज है कि मौर्य पीरियड का है, तो उस टाइम का पॉलिटिकल, सोशल, इकोनॉमिकल कंडीशन हमें समझता है. द इंस्क्रिप्शन रिकॉर्ड अ रॉयल ऑर्डर दैट ग्रेन स्टोर्ड इन द ग्रैनरी should be distributed carefully, which is suggested. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah. The inscription records a royal order that the grain stores in the granary. Again, give me 1 minute. I'm very skeptical about this, if the screen doesn't get shared. Yeah. We get to, granary should be distributed carefully, which is again a suggestion that उस time पे precautions लिया जाता था. तो ये सारी पॉइंट्स आप मेंशन कर सकते हो कि वो लोग जैसे बता रहे कि ग्रेन्स उस टाइम पे वो लोग अच्छी तरह से डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते थे, केयरफुली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते थे. मतलब ही क्या बताया कि प्रिकॉशन वहां पे लिया जाता है. So this is how you answer 3 questions and you get good 4 marks. So second वाला आंसर जो है, third वाला आंसर that is for 2 marks. Rest first and second is for 1 mark each. ठीक है. Now coming to the next part, sub question 5, answer the following questions in detail, any 2 of them. The very first is, how can we correlate applied history with our present? Again, discussion is from chapter number 3, Applied History, and concept है Applied History and our present. That कैसे हम लोग हिस्ट्री के अप्लाइड हिस्ट्री को प्रेजेंट में रिकलेक्ट या कोरिलेट कर सकते हैं. So history studies past event. This knowledge help us to understand present and guide us to the future. Man decides present action based on past event, right? कि past में क्या हो गया रहता है, उसी के basis पे our actions are, we take actions in our present. So visible and invisible relics of past do exist in present. History represents the creative thought and tradition of our ancestor. It is our heritage. It is like our origin. So applied history is concerned with conservation of our heritage. हिस्ट्री के बारे में बात किया. क्वेश्चन क्या पूछा है? व्हाई इज हाउ वी कैन कोरिलेट अप्लाइड हिस्ट्री विद आवर प्रेजेंट. सो अप्लाइड हिस्ट्री इज कंसर्न विद ये सारा जो हेरिटेज है अपना, ये सारा जो हिस्ट्री है उसको कंजर्व मतलब उसको प्रोटेक्ट करना and make it accessible to people. Applied history can be described as understanding of our present with the help of history and finding right direction for benefit of our future. ठीक है. सी आई सेड 6 मार्क्स का है तो उन्होंने 6 पॉइंट्स लिखे हैं. हाफ ऑफ मार्क फॉर ईच पॉइंट, मतलब 3 मार्क्स का हो गया ना. 6 इज फॉर 2 मार्क्स. 2 क्वेश्चन 6 मार्क्स, तो एक क्वेश्चन 3 मार्क का हो गया. तो 3 मार्क के लिए एटलीस्ट 6 पॉइंट्स आने चाहिए. ये चीज आप हमेशा याद रखो. ये 4 मार्क का क्वेश्चन होगा, सॉरी 2 मार्क का क्वेश्चन होगा तो 4 पॉइंट आने चाहिए. 1 पॉइंट शुड कंसिस्ट ऑफ हाफ मार्क्स. 3 मार्क का क्वेश्चन है तो 6 मार्क्स आने, 6 पॉइंट्स तो आप मिनिमम लिखो. You know, these are the minimum which you have to write. Max you can extend it, no issues, but minimum 6 to likho. So each point gets half. Next, write in detail about history of Akashvani. Again, this is from chapter number 5, Mass Media and History. The Indian Broadcasting Company, which is IBC, it is a private radio company, was the first one to broadcast daily programs. Later that again, this company was taken by Britishers and they renamed it as Indian State Broadcasting Service. And on 8th June 1936, कितने बार बेचारे का नाम भी चेंज हुआ. 8 June 1936 it was again renamed as All India Radio, and फिर वहां से AIR we know, and it was named as आकाशवाणी. वापस किसका सजेशन था कि जो पंडित नरेंद्र शर्मा थे उन्होंने सजेस्ट किया था कि AIR से अच्छा we can call it as Akashvani. And then it was renamed as Akashvani, and then it broadcast various events, awareness creating, literary programs related to studies, special programs for farmers, workers, youth and women. Because उस time पे there was no source of something to see. TV वगैरह का source नहीं था, तो people they only had hopes on radios and radio channels. Next, sub-question 3. Explain the difference between indoor and outdoor games. This is again from your chapter number 7, Sports in History. Sports in History में से पूछा गया है indoor and outdoor का आपको difference बताना है. So indoor, basically the games which are played inside the home or in a closed space. Outdoor, these are games which are placed in huge space for playing and it cannot be played inside the homes. Indoor ka point, it helps to develop mental skills and capabilities, wherein physical outdoor games help us to grow physically and mostly related to physical exercise. This time, they do not require much stamina and strength. It requires much stamina and strength. For indoor games, generally no physical movement is required. Yahan pe physical movement is required. Example, chess, card games, snake and ladder. Example, cricket, baseball, football, basketball, any ball. ठीक है. Next question, 4th, what are the professional opportunities in the tourist and hospitality industry available to history students? This is again from a chapter number 3, Applied History, and concept है affiliated professional fields of applied history. So what are the professional opportunities in the tourism and hospitality industry? The main profession is, मतलब यहाँ पे क्या कर सकते हैं. अभी चलो हिस्ट्री सब आपने बात किया, but lastly people they want to earn, right? Everyone wants to earn. तो ये field में क्या job opportunities है या professional opportunities है कि people can earn. So the main professional associated with tourism is local guide. You can be, आप local guide बन सकते हो, आप translator बन सकते हो, आप cottage industry, hospitality industry, local handicraft artisans, मतलब ये सारे field में history के you have option for profession. You can opt it as profession. These people helps the visitor to understand the importance of that locality, and they also make them aware of local traditions. The local market will be visited The local market will be visited by the visitors where they buy the local products, which increase the market for local handicrafts. Visitors stay in hotel and pay for books, souvenirs, which result in the development of hospitality industry. This contributes to the growth of economy of that country. कि जो visitors आते हैं वो hotel में stay करते हैं. They pay for the souvenirs, which again results in the development of hospital. Souvenirs is basically एक क्या बोलते हैं यादगिरी जो आप लेके आते हो ना, whenever you go somewhere, कि वहाँ की कोई एक चीज आप लेके आते हो, just as a as a in the form of memory, एक यादगिरी के हिसाब से, that is known as souvenirs. This contributes to the growth of economy of that country, कि जो भी country का आप travel कर रहे हो, और history का tourism वाला factor जो है वो आ जाता है. Hence, a good number of opportunities of employment are available in the tourism and hospitality industry. ठीक है. Sixth, अभी सब question 6 से आपका political science start होता है. The political science, again, this is for 2 marks, 2 questions. The essence of democracy is dash. So what is the answer? It is decentralization. Yeah, decentralization of power. Again, this is from chapter number 1, working of constitution, or concept hai democracy and its features. Next, in the pre-independence period, the Dash tribe from Orissa revolted against the British rule. तो कौन सा था? Gond tribe. Again बच्चा यहाँ पे you have to make sure कि आप पूरा sentence लिख रहे हो, full answer खाली नहीं लिख रहे हो, or else अगर आपका answer सही भी होगा, then also you will not get marks. So make sure you write the answer in the full sentence. The second question is again from chapter number 4, social and political movements. ठीक है? Next, state whether the following statements are true or false. The judgment of courts on various subjects have made the political process in India more mature. Is it true? Yeah, it is definitely true. This is again from your chapter number 1, working of constitution, और concept है role of judiciary वाला आपका concept है. आपको reasons देना है. That the protection provided to the citizen by fundamental rights in the constitution has been made more meaningful through various decisions of judiciary. So this is one reason why we say that this process are becoming more mature and it is helpful. Some of the important subjects on which the court has given judgment includes right of children, protection of human rights, protection of honor and dignity of women, individual freedom and tribal empowerment. So ये सारे topics पे जो judgment है court ने judgments दिए, and these efforts have made the political process in India more mature. Next, the state government decides to when and in how many stages the election would be held in a particular state. So again, this question is from chapter number 2, the election process, or concept hai functions of election commission. So this answer is false. The entire process, जो भी पूरा conducting elections का है, it is managed by election commission. ये हम लोग ने देखा है when I was teaching the chapter के election commission के हाथ में होता है कि election कभी कंडक्ट करना है, कितने स्टेजेस में कंडक्ट करना है. सो if this responsibility is given to the state government, it may adopt a biased approach and therefore it is decided. See, मैंने बोर्ड पे पेपर पैटर्न के वक्त मैंने बताया था कि अगर स्टेटमेंट फॉल्स है तो डोंट रिकरेक्ट इट. अभी यहाँ पे ऐसे कुछ तो था ना, ओके, डोंट रिकरेक्ट इट, जस्ट राइट द मेन आंसर दैट व्हाई इज इट फॉल्स या वैसा कुछ. Please refer to the board video because it's been a week ago I have made that video, so I don't recollect. But वहाँ पे I'm telling you honestly कि क्या करना है आपको. Wait, if I have it right now, we can see. Question 7. See, do not correct the false statement. State only the reason why it is false. Okay. तो हम तो यहाँ पे करेक्ट कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, it's fine. If it is not said to you, ऐसा कुछ बताया नहीं है आपको, then you can recorrect it. Like any instructions given to you from your school that you are not supposed to recorrect or something like that, just let me know in the comment section. Or it's fine if you recorrect it. It is fine, no issues. Okay. Next, consumer movement came into existence. Yeah, this is true. The sentence is true. Again, the sentence is from chapter number 4, social and political movements. तो आपको reason लिखना है that yeah, consumer face different problems because of changing economy and social system. So adulteration, increased cost of products, faulty weights and measures are some of the problem faced by the consumer. कि क्या क्या problems थे, तो increased cost of products, faulty weights लगा देते थे, measures. These are some of the problems which were faced by consumer, and thus to protect the consumer from such frauds, it was Consumer Protection Act was created and it was passed. So this is the correct answer. तो true है. तो आपको खाली reason लिखना है कि क्यों वो true है वैसा. ठीक है. चलो, coming to sub question 8. Write the following concept, any one. Multi-party system. Again, this multi-party system wala is from chapter number 3, political parties, or concept hai changing nature of political party system in India. So multi-party system, it is basically a system where multiple political parties have ideas. They participate in the national elections. बहुत सारे parties national election में part लेते हैं. A lot of countries that use this system have a coalition government, meaning many parties are in control and they all work together to make laws. As the name suggests, multi-party system. Countries with a multi-party political system tend to have greater voter participation. No democracy can survive without a multi-party system. Okay? If you have examples of few multi-party systems, you can even write that. Next question, water revolution. This is from chapter number 4 of political science, social and political movements, and concept का नाम है important movements in India. उसमें से environment वाला movement जो है उसमें है water revolution. So Dr. Rajendra Singh Rana, who was also known as Waterman of India, he has brought this water revolution in Rajasthan. He became famous because of building thousands of johars in Rajasthan. He revived rivers in the desert of Rajasthan. He formed an organization called Tarun Bharat Sangh, which worked for building 11,000 johars in 100 of villages. So all over India, he started a campaign for water conservation, revival of rivers, forest conservation, and wildlife conservation. The social movement is active for last 31 years. आपको क्या था ये शॉर्ट में एक्सप्लेन करना है. इट इज नॉट गिव रीजंस, यू जस्ट हैव टू एक्सप्लेन द फॉलोइंग कांसेप्ट इन शॉर्ट. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट, डू एज डायरेक्टेड. अगेन आपको चार्ट कंप्लीट करना है. दिस इज फ्रॉम योर चैप्टर नंबर 2, इलेक्टोरल प्रोसेस जो है आपका चैप्टर, उसमें से ये वाला दिया गया है. So how is the flow chart? Basically the process of elections क्या है, कैसे process होता है election का. ये आपके टेक्स्ट बुक में भी ऐसा ही पूरा चार्ट है कि establishment of constituencies, establishment of constituencies, फिर वोटर लिस्ट प्रिपेयर होती है, फाइनलाइज होती है, फिर कैंडिडेट्स नॉमिनेट होते हैं, scrutiny of the nomination forms, then election campaign, then actual voting, and then we get the count of votes. This is how you can complete the flowchart. Next part, regional parties in Maharashtra. This is again from chapter number 3, political parties का ये question है. So regional parties in Maharashtra, we have Shiv Sena, Republican Party of India, Maharashtra Navnirman Sena, and then you have Samajwadi Party. Okay. Coming to the last part, sub question 9. Thank you. Itna chelofai करने के लिए. But it is finally, after all, useful for you guys only. Chalo. Answer in brief, any one. which decisions of the court has resulted in protection of honor and dignity of women. So again, this is from chapter number 1, working of the constitution, and उसमें से concept है social justice and equality वाला जो आपका paragraph है, उसमें ये आंसर है that the court administers justice to all citizens of India on behalf of the government, right? उनके पास वो right है. Following are the decisions of the court that have resulted in the protection of honor and dignity of women. कौन कौन से ऐसे decisions है? So the enforcement of the Domestic Violence Prohibition Act by the court has resulted in the protection of honor and dignity of women. So ये जो ये था enforcement के Domestic Violence Prohibition Act. This was again by court for the protection of honor and dignity of women. फिर second है मतलब उसी के बारे में बताया that this act is rejected traditional forms of dominating and authorization on women के भाई authorization is आप हक बता देते हो वैसा and dominate करते हो. It also expands the scope of Indian democracy to make it inclusive in the truth sense. Apart from that, against the dowry, even the Dowry Prohibition Act, sexual harassment and the right to have an equal share in the property of father and husband. ये सारे acts government ने sorry judge court justice department ने जो निकाले हैं, this is again for the they help us, they are in the form of result of protection of honor and dignity of women and thus created a favorable environment. So ये सारे act मतलब जिससे basically life of women become easy and एक protection of honor and dignity मिलना है. तो कौन-कौन से rights थे? So basically you can write Domestic Violence Prohibition and Dowry Prohibition Act. ये दो के बारे में आपको briefly बताना है. Next, last question. Why movements need a strong leadership? Basic question है. मूवमेंट अगर आप कर रहे हो, ठीक है, आप नारा लगा रहे हो, कोई भी मूवमेंट कर रहे हो, कोई भी एक इवेंट आप कर रहे हो, तो अगर लीडरशिप ही नहीं है, that work doesn't goes well. You need a leader so that the entire movement works smoothly. So again, this is from the chapter 4, social and political movements, and उसमें movement वाले concept में से ये है that the success of any movements depends upon the leadership, right? That the movements remain active because of the strong leader. कि अगर members ये एकदम ढीले हैं, they're not active, तो फिर काम नहीं चलता. So you need a leader जो आपकी पूरे टीम को आगे अच्छे से गाइड करेगा. The decisions regarding the objective of the movement, programming of action, क्या वो लीडर क्या काम करता है कि पूरा ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, कि मूवमेंट का ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, नारा लगा रहे हो तो एग्जैक्टली क्यों लगा रहे हो, प्रोग्रामिंग ऑफ एक्शन, पूरा एक्शन आप कैसे करोगे, स्ट्रैटेजी क्या होगी, कौन डिसीजंस लेगा, ये सारी चीजें कौन डिसाइड करता है, लीडर डिसाइड करता है. सो फर्म लीडरशिप हैज अ वाइड रीच. एक लीडर अगर फिक्स रहेगा ना, तो दैट ग्रुप कैन develop in many aspects. So that is why they can get also public support, making the movement very effective. They can get public support, making the movement very effective. And if a leader is strong, अगर उसका अच्छा impression पड़ रहा है बाकी लोगों पे, even that will help you to. If the leader is inspiring other people, even they can help you. So even public support you can gain it. So thus the need of a strong leadership is utmost essential. So that is how we come to the last part, and entire history 2022 paper is being discussed. Now just let me know that should I do 2021 ka paper discussion or should I do important questions which are given by Maharashtra SSC board, क्योंकि हर बार वो लोग ऐसे model questions देते हैं. So I don't know this year उन्होंने दिया है कि नहीं, but I'll just make sure. I'll do my research, and if it is being provided, so I'll definitely make a video on it, so that if you guys are planning to opt, or if you guys are planning to keep that question in कि भाई option में डाल देता हूँ, तो वैसा मत करना if it is an important one, so that we can see. But basically बच्चा लोग कोई भी question है ना option में मत डालो. At least अगर आप option में डाल भी रहे हो, तो भाई मैम बहुत हो गया, आपको बोलने के लिए तो इजी है, आपको करना है. But even opting some questions या keeping some questions and options, make sure कि आपको उनका concept पता है. ऐसा नहीं कि option में डाले तो उसके बारे में आया तो you cannot write. At least make sure कि आपको उसका concept पता है, so that you can at least write 4 points or 6 points on it. Don't just keep it entirely an option that you don't even know the question when it comes कि भाई ये कहाँ पे था। ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. At least make sure कि आपको थोड़ा points उसके बारे में पता है. At least basic concept पता है so that you can write it on your own as well. And history ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको पूरा textual के points लिखने हैं, textbook के points लिखने हैं and you gain marks. If the concept is clear to you and if you're writing it in your own words as well, you do get marks, provided if the concept is clear and you are writing it in a proper. So I just wanted to let you know, okay, all the best, do well, and don't get worried. Don't be worried actually. You have learned the entire year, right? So आपको सिर्फ अभी उसको execute करना है. So no worries. Do your best. And yeah, I'm very bad at ending the video. So yeah, thank you and goodbye to each and everyone and all the best and do well. We will meet soon in the next video. Maybe it is geography paper pattern, or maybe as I said, I'll do 2021 ka history ka solutions, or maybe the important questions of history. Or we can just solve model question paper. एक question paper कोई भी solve कर लेंगे. So that will again fetch you confidence. So yeah, that was it for today's video. We'll see you all in the next video. And then if you like this video, if you find it useful, do not forget to share it with your friends. And yeah, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and do share it with your friends. And also, if you find it useful, do give, do comments. Let me know in the comment section that you guys are liking the video. So yeah, see you all. Bye bye.